destroy me, mate. Whoa! Yes, boys, yes, we are fucking back and we are doing some Pig Destroyer, their new album, Head Cage. I have not heard a single album by them, and yeah, it should just be pretty fascinating, man. So I know that they are grindcore or something along those lines, so it should be pretty heavy. Pretty fucking heavy, mate. So yeah, boys, this will be another reaction / review sort of thing where I write down my thoughts as I'm listening to the album. And there should be a lot of technical and critical analysis and a final verdict where I give my score. So, too easy. Let's just jump into it, boys. Let's just go and just prepare ourselves, I guess. I mean, here we go, boys. Grindcore.
We will not be held responsible for any hearing impairments or damage caused to you from excessive exposure to this sound.
Cheers for the warning, mate. Oh no. Okay, let's. Whoa. Yes. Everyone look at that. This is my second. So far. Oh, yeah. Screams up again. Fuck yes. So fucking amazing, man. Those grooves the entire way through that track. Every single one fucking killed it. Fuck no. Got it. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Every fucking riff, man. Every single fucking riff here just kills. Oh, come on, man. Another fucking tempo switch up. Another fucking killer track. Come on, man. These doubles. Come on! Man. The face, yeah. Another fucking killer groove, man. Fucking hell, man. Another 1 minute song that just absolutely slaps. This feels like Gojira, man. It's Gojira. Man. Woo! Fuck me, man. Fuck me. Oh my god. Holy shit, boys. I had no idea I was going to love this as much as I did. I thought my ears would just be ringing with like tinny, scratchy guitar leads, you know, set against maybe some grinding textural palette and like endless swellings of bloody blast beats and that sort of thing. But this was the exact opposite, boys. For one thing, the guitar leads here were so begrimed and thick with bloody bleeding distortion. I mean, they were just so grimy and dirty, you know. This is basically like garbage man metal. And these guitar leads have so much body and bass as well, they don't jar and crack your ears open, and most importantly, all of their progressions and riffs are so infectious and groovy, which for me is so essential with this type of metal especially. And again, I just love the effects on the guitars. They're just so thick set and clotted with distortion. They almost sound bluesy and Iommi-like at points, especially in how some of the riffs are designed. And you know, pretty much every riff and groove here was consistently contagious and catchy and infectious, whatever you want to fucking call it, even in the blast beats, even in the faster tempos. And you can't actually say that about a lot of, you know, the core genres in metal, because so many of the faster tempos just sort of serve as this blasting medium to get you to the chorus, which is then that groovier, slower chugging breakdown, right? But again, the blast beats here, the faster beats, whatever the fuck, they killed it as well. And the entire album is just so much easier to headbang to because of this. You know, the entire way through, I was just locked in, man. I should also mention, it's not just the distorted lead guitars that provide most of the thickness and the weight here. It's most especially in the bass work that harmonizes underneath. And yeah, that's deserving of just as much praise, if not more, because even though it's not supremely technical or something like that, the texturing is still so delicious, man. Somewhat unfortunately, however, there aren't many moments here where the bass is given much room to breathe, and that's also understandable given the nature of this record. But when it is used to bridge two transitions together like on Concrete Beast, man, it is one of the best individual moments on the album. There is also this groove through the back end of the last song, which actually isn't the last song, it's just called the last song. But yeah, there's a groove on that song where it audibly ripples and bobs above the chugging leads in this sort of beautiful, dirty blend, man. Again, just garbage man metal. And the same goes for the song following, the closer, House of Snakes, which took me by complete surprise, being the only song here longer than 3.5 minutes long, clocking in at a hefty 7. It really is a great closer though, most especially because how it sounds like it's influenced by Gojira, especially in the cluttering, whirling, stop-starting guitar riffs and the variable drumming in between those notes in the first 3 minutes. And yeah, that slower tempo in the first 3 minutes and how it just just builds and builds faster and faster in momentum and then crashes back down in the reprise towards the end, man. Like, yes. It's just another aspect of well-oiled professional songwriting. It makes me feel like their next album should just be like 5 of these 7-minute epics or something like that. But yeah, again, the pairing between the bass work and the guitar leads, they just got it spot on, man. Like, the production is just faultless in that aspect. The viscera is never lost here, and neither is the catchiness. It's also easy to forget just how brilliant the drumming is and how great some of the fills are, most especially since the guitar leads provide that all-encapsulating focal point at pretty much every moment. But yeah, the drums here, they pound and burn underneath the mix, and they just have so much impact, man. And occasionally, they just show off how fucking great and empowering they can be with those absolutely insane, tenacious double kicks, which if anything is underused in this album. And speaking of underused, I would have loved maybe a couple more beats with ride hits, because the trebly tonality of that cymbal when paired with those groovy guitar leads, man, it's just so sexy and a perfect blend every time. And yeah, another thing I loved about this record was the songwriting and how seamless it was. And I don't mean in just how the songs are amalgamated into one another to create that cohesive album listening experience. I mean more so in how some of the progressions and tempo switches are displayed in individual songs like Torture Fields and Circle River especially. They maintain that sort of mid-tempo speed, then slow right the fuck down and crash and burn, and my god, it's just another couple perfect moments on this record. Even on Concrete Beast, the tempo seems to concurrently slow right down through the same riff somehow, and it's just so sexy, man. It's a real goosebumps moment. Perhaps that could have been also a couple more breaks in sound, a few more eerie samples or something in the way of ambience, just to provide a bit of a counterpoint and contrast. But I also appreciate that this is designed to be an absolute sledgehammer of buckling riffs, just hammering your ears into the ground, as was foreshadowed by the vocal sample in the opener, Tunnel Under the Tracks. But yeah, this is my type of metal album at the end of the day, without a doubt. Pretty much ticks all the boxes I want. But for a couple other niggling things, such as a few more solos maybe, I don't remember there being a single one. A couple more breaks and noise, more ride cymbal hits, boys. Some more Gojira-esque kinking of grooves, and a couple more lead-ins with the bass, I feel. But yeah, this was fantastic from a first listen at least, and I'm not sure if it would grow off you or grow on you, but I think, you know, just from what I've heard, I think it would maintain its impact and sheer enjoyability through many listens, just because of how catchy some of those guitar riffs were. Again, this is the first Pig Destroyer record I've listened to, so I'm not sure how this compares to some of their other output or how different it is, especially with their influences and that kind of thing. But I'm gonna chuck this a cheeky 4.2 out of 5. And don't get it twisted, that's a high bloody fucking rating, mate. So fucking yes, boys, I'll catch you in the next one. Too easy. I really do appreciate the likes and the comments. I spend quite a bit of time editing this, and really does help the channel grow. So appreciate that, mate. Too easy. I'll catch you later, and I'll try not to spill more tea on myself. So too easy. Just have a good one, and I'll see you later. Wow!